Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Off the Glass podcast. Today, we have got episode number 38 for you all, and we got a lot of NBA news to cover, and we are going to be going over which teams slash players we think may need to be in panic mode. We're going to be playing a game called Concern or Chilling, and I got a list of people that have been struggling. Like I said, teams or players throughout the start of this NBA season. And I just want to know what we think. Do we have some concern? Do we think it's time to maybe push the panic button, or are we calm? Are we chilling? And we think they're going to figure it out. But we have a lot of NBA news to get into. And as always, we're going to hit you with the NFL rapid recap at the end of the episode. But first, before we get into all that, we did just hit 200 followers on the Instagram page for the pod. So appreciate the support there. I think we could probably hit 500 before the end of the year. We got 2 months.
1,000.
I'm trying to play realistic. 1,000 would be fire, but you feel me?
500.
500 by the end of the year. I feel like that's a good goal. So if you're watching this, first of all, if you're watching this, you're not subscribed, like, comment, subscribe to the video. We appreciate the support. Go ahead over to the social platforms at Off the Glass Pod on Instagram and at Off the Glass Podcast on TikTok. And then head over to your audio platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Go ahead, pre-download the show. Drop us a 5-star rating. Like I said, I think last episode, the audio platforms was jumping up like crazy. We had like 100 views or 100 listens in like the last 2 weeks. We just got another 50 last week. So y'all been going crazy. They've been popping up more on Spotify, been popping up more on Apple, and people are tuning in. So we appreciate the support. Without further ado, the biggest piece of NBA news that dropped since we last recorded: James Harden is on the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, for those of y'all that are tuned into our content, I did put out like an instant reaction that morning that the trade went down and dropped it on the channel. If you haven't watched that, go ahead and tune into that as well. But that full trade came out at like 2 a.m, 3 a.m. last week. Woj dropped it and then didn't even drop the trade details for like another 30 or 40 minutes after. And it all went down at like 3 a.m. on the East Coast, like midnight on the West Coast. The Clippers always making their trades when everybody's asleep. They don't want nobody to see. They don't want nobody to see their moves when it happens. But so for those of you that haven't seen it yet, the full trade, right? The Sixers sent James Harden and PJ Tucker to the Los Angeles Clippers for Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, and KJ Martin, as well as multiple first-round picks and pick swaps, and I think 2 more second-round picks as well. So Sixers actually do get a solid draft haul and compensation back for Harden, and get 4 solid role players, 3 of them being, veteran guys who all can come in and play quality defense, can space the floor, and can plug and play in any single NBA lineup. It can fit around what is currently their core now of Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. And additionally to that, everybody that I mentioned except for KJ Martin is on. Actually, I think KJ Martin is too. All 4 of those guys are on expiring deals. So the Sixers could have potentially up to $60 million in cap space come this offseason, which isn't the biggest free agent class, but you do have guys like Klay Thompson, Pascal Siakam, and Kyle Lowry as well, who all are going to be free agents this upcoming offseason. And again, just with the potential of bringing in those guys in the draft compensation, do not be surprised if in a couple of months from now, or as we get closer to the trade deadline, they don't flip some of those draft picks that they just got and, 1 or 2 of these vets into another player to kind of fit into their rotation. So with that, I'm gonna stop talking because, like I said, I gave my larger reaction and turn it over to you, Dame. How do you feel about this trade overall, bro? Because Harden in your city now, you got to deal with that.
Yeah, Harden. Yeah. I'm so worried about the Clippers. Now, honestly, I really do want to talk about it from the Sixers' point of view because I honestly kind of like the trade for them. Just because I feel like it gives them, like I said, it gives them free range to they have more picks, they have more flexibility. Like you said, they'll have more cap space. So if they really did want to go out and add another player, they do have the free range to do that. It probably like helps out as far as like keeping Joel Embiid, keeping him happy. If you're able to bring in another guy, but even if you don't bring in another guy, like we kind of talked about before, Maxey at the 2 has been hooping. Like as a number 2, that's what I'm saying. Has been hooping. And at the end of the day, just the way I see it, right? Your ceiling with James Harden, Maxey, and Embiid is the same thing with Maxey and Embiid. So it's like you might as well trade him. You might as well get the picks. But like who knows? You might be able to even go further because we don't know what Maxey is as far as like his actual ceiling as a player. Who knows? It could be even higher than that. So give him the free range, give him the ability to have the ball in his hands most of the time and really be a number 2. And who knows where you're gonna go. Worst case, second round. But at the end of the day, with James Harden, it was a second round ceiling anyways. So in that case, it
Mhm.
didn't matter. But I like it from the Sixers because, like I said, you never know what the ceiling is. You never know what the possibility is with Maxey at the 2, and it gives you a little bit more flexibility moving forward. But at the end of the day, if we're really just being honest, the way I see it, bro, if Joel Embiid is like an MVP, top 3 like player in the league, like the situation shouldn't have to be perfect regardless for you to make it to that point if he's that type of guy. Like, granted, I know it was a bunch of injuries when Giannis went to the finals, but Giannis went to the finals with Middleton as his 2. Middleton's not. I'm not saying Middleton's bad, but like Middleton's not like a definite like, oh my god, number 2, we're a super team type of player. Like it's just
Right. Yeah, I
like
get what you're
Giannis,
saying.
yeah, like Giannis is an MVP, one like arguably one of the best 2 players in the league. Like when you have that, you should be good to go to the finals, or you should be good to make deep, long playoff runs. So if Joel Embiid is really that guy, the situation doesn't have to be perfect for him to make it past the second round, not go to the finals, just make it past the second round. The situation doesn't have to be perfect. So in that case, yeah, I like the trade from the Sixers. As far as the Clippers, I mean, it's interesting, man. It really is because it's just
Here, hey, before you get too deep into it, too, they did announce that Harden is going to be starting, and their starting lineup for the foreseeable future is going to be James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Zubac at the 5. So they running all 4 of them at the same time on the court. They're not staggering minutes between, at least in terms of start the game. They're not going to start Russ or Harden off the bench. They're playing them together in the backcourt. Houston
that's
all over again.
yeah, that's okay. Like okay, it's just interesting. I really don't know what to even think. Because a lot of the people that I've seen talk about this trade is like, yeah, it gives them a little bit of insurance. Like if one of the stars go down, now you have Paul or James Harden in there that can kind of fill in. Now you'll always have 2 stars, but I don't know. I like genuinely, like I really just don't know. It really, to me, if I had to like bet on anything, I don't think it's gonna work. Strictly because it just seems like a lot of drama. It just seems like a lot of like these past couple of years, all of this like big blockbuster trade, these big super teams, quote unquote, they haven't worked. So like what's making this one any different than the Nets or like any of these other quote unquote super teams? Don't get me wrong, it work. I can see a world where it works, absolutely. But like if I had to bet money on it, I don't know. I just feel like something's gonna mess up. Someone's gonna get hurt. Something there's gonna be some drama. It's just gonna be something, bro. It's just too much for me. Like I'd rather go, like obviously, I mean the Nuggets are a great team, but I'd rather go the Nuggets route where you have just a solid team around you, not just this quote unquote super team way of building your team. But at the end of the day, is there a world where it works and they actually make it far and they're healthy? Sure. But is there a world where I see this absolutely backfiring? Absolutely.
I think if James Harden is your insurance policy, bro, you need to get a new provider. You not in good hands. This is not Allstate. Because look, all jokes aside, like we have to be honest about the situation. You have 2 guys who the MO since they've gotten to the Clippers outside of the bubble is they both cannot be healthy come playoff times. One
Mhm.
of the 2 of them, or sometimes both of them, are dealing with injuries that prevents them from making these playoff runs. Harden the past 2 playoffs has dealt with these hamstring, like not even just the playoffs, just on and off the last couple seasons has had these
Mhm.
hamstring injuries that for a period of time people started to talk about, whoa, is he ever going to have that burst that we saw from him again? And he's only getting older, so like you can't even say it's insurance. Like you're adding more risk
Yeah.
because not that they were super reliant on any of the people that they traded away. Like I don't think they're that pressed over Batum or Covington or Marcus Morris or KJ Martin. Like they can figure that out. I'm not too worried
Mhm.
about the depth there. But again, it's a top heavy team. Like that's a risk that you have to run. On top of, like you said, we don't know to deal with the whole off the court stuff, but James Harden is on his 4th team in 22 months. That ain't, that's not, doesn't feel real safe,
Right.
And he's also, this is the end of his contract year. So like,
They have no one on the books.
yeah.
No one next
So
year. They're
this could,
all in.
this could blow up really badly. But look, Steve Ballmer is the type of owner to make this type of move. They're building that new stadium in Inglewood. They said they're not going into a rebuild because they're not trying to open a new stadium and go and out win 20 games. They want to
Yeah.
be a competitive team. They want to get a championship. They at least want to compete for a championship.
Mhm.
Um, and so they felt like, you go and get a guy like James Harden, which getting to just strictly on the court fit, like they are in need of a playmaker,
Mhm.
right? Like that's not in the way that Russell Westbrook isn't. Like James Harden is still one of the most elite playmakers in the game today. He's one of the most lethal pick and roll ball handlers that we've ever seen. That's not going to change. He's immediately going to come in and elevate Zubac in that way, and just provide a different level of gravity, different looks for this offense that were not there previously. They didn't have that kind of playmaker and ball handler previously. But what that also then does is, look, somebody has to give up touches. James Harden is not a player that can play off the ball. We've seen that. We've seen that multiple different ways now. We've
Mhm.
already seen it with Russell Westbrook and James Harden in the backcourt.
Exactly.
And so the people that I think end up having to get the short end of the stick here, one is Russ, which if I was Ty Lue, I don't know if I would start the two of them together. And that's not
Nah.
indicative of the best 5 on your team, but really just what makes the most sense and how do you best utilize that talent. And I really think if you let Russ come off and kind of command that second unit and play a little bit more freer, you're going to maximize, the output of everybody. Playing the two of them together, one of them having to be off the ball for a decent amount of time. And again, it's going to be Russ because Harden has to have the ball in his hands offensively. Um, I feel like you're taking away what we've seen from the back half of last year and even the start of this year be what Russ excels at, is being able to play fast, push the pace, and kind of be a little bit more free and open. That's not going to happen when Harden comes in. And I think
Nah.
potentially even worse than that is Paul George got off to a great start this year. Them touches, some of them shots, that's going to have to come down, bro.
Mhm.
Kawhi is going to do Kawhi stuff, and that's known. They ain't going to touch his shot diet.
No.
So it's only 2 other people left. And so I think it's really going to put a little bit of a limit on what we see from Paul George and Russell Westbrook. I have faith that Ty Lue will do his best to figure it out. And I do think we'll really see a lot of staggering between the two of them in the backcourt. There's not going to be a ton of time where we're seeing them run for long stretches. And they can figure it out if they can stay healthy. Like you said, I would not be stunned if it did work. But like you said, if you had to put money on it, if somebody told me, gun to my head, I got to place a bet. Do I think it's going to work? I don't think so. And I said this in the video, there's a lot of risk still here. It's the same amount of risk that I had with the Clippers beforehand.
Yeah.
So it all is going to come down to what does the health of this team look like when we get to April and May. So
Yeah. Eventually they're not going to be on starting together. I just don't like. I just can't see it because either of them off the ball, I don't like it. Because the whole reason you get Harden, like you said, is to be a playmaker and help set things up for like Paul George and Kawhi. But then what is Russ doing when Harden has the ball? Like he's doing like nothing. But then if you give Russ the ball, then what's the whole point of bringing Harden in to be the facilitator and the playmaker? Like it doesn't make sense if you're starting both of them. One of them Russ has to come off the bench.
yeah,
So
It
yeah,
could
that
be Harden too. I really don't.
Hard is not. I'm telling you, Hard is not coming off the bench though, bro.
All I'm saying is one of the two of them can come off the bench, and either way, it could make. I can see it make sense in my head. Harden comes in with that bench unit, and it's like he can be, like he said in his interview. He said he's not a part of the system. He is a system.
But that also makes it worse for me though. Like him saying that coming here just is like, what do you mean? Like, so like, what are you coming here to do? Are you coming here to be the guy? Like, what are you
Just
telling me right now? Because now you left Joel Embiid, you know what I mean? Like, and now you're the second option. Now you're a third option. Sometimes maybe fourth, depending on how the night's going. Like,
right.
you're just got you're saying that like, oh yeah, they didn't use me right. I was limited. They tried to put me in part of a system. It'd be different if you were coming and like now you're the guy somewhere. You're coming to a lesser role.
It would be different if this was 2018 James Harden that said that,
That is true.
and that Rockets James Harden pulled up on this team. Then we'd be like, oh, phew, they
Paul
just
George, you
got
might have to.
right. You know what I mean? But like that, it's not that James Harden anymore.
Yeah.
And maybe we're wrong. Maybe he still got it like that, and Doc Rivers was really holding him back. I don't think that's the case.
He's not, even if he got it, he's not gonna have the free range to show it.
Right.
Not at all.
Bro, if that was the case, they would have been in the conference finals.
That is true. Well, actually, he be, I don't know. Even that James Harden was bad in the playoffs, though. Even that James Harden was folding, so we don't know. But I see what you mean. Though. They'd be better. I see what you mean.
Right. Yeah. But the last thing I'm going to say about it for the Clipper side of things, but I'm just interested to see on the court fit. Like I said, they definitely had the need for playmaking. They were like near the bottom of the league in assists. They had a game the other night where like of the like 45 shots they made, only I think like 14 or 15 came off of assists. It's just like the ball movement and, feeding easy shots was not a part of their offense this year. He'll immediately come in and solve that off the rip. That's what he does, is work in the pick and roll and get you easy layups at the rim.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see how this offense looks. I'm interested to see what this means for Paul George, how him and Russ look in the spurts that they play together, how that starting five looks, a month from now. Give him time to, figure out the chemistry, whatever. Like, I'm interested to see what it looks like. And then it's just health. I want to flip back to the Sixers just for a little bit before we move on. I just want to ask you, like, because you said the Sixers team between Joel, Tyrese, and James Harden, we saw it last year. That ceiling looked like the second round. Granted, that's a 1 year sample, or no, what's two season sample size. The second postseason, they weren't able to get past the second round. We haven't seen this team with just Joel and this version of Tyrese Maxey, who looks like he's really made the jump. Right when I recorded the video, at that point in time, he was putting up over 30 a night on like 50-something% from the field, like 57% from three. I said that was going to cool off a little bit, which it has, but even still, right now, after 5 games, he's shooting. He's putting up 26 a night with almost 7 assists and 5 rebounds. He's still shooting 49% from the field and 47% from three on 7 threes a game. Like, that's basically, what's his free throw percentage right now? 93%. He's basically 50, 40, 90 right now, putting up 27 points a night with high volume. Like, this is not even like, dang, Tyrese Maxey is making an all-star jump. Bro, 27 and 7, 50, 40, 90, we got to talk all-NBA. Like,
right.
So if this is the type of leap that they're making, like, some people have been critical about the return. I just want to know if you think this was the best option for Philly, or should they have tried to hold out to find some better deal that could have been out there for Harden? Or do you think his value really tanked it to a point where this was the best they were going to get?
Yeah, I don't excuse me. I don't think there was a better deal out there, really. Like, what other team does James Harden go to that it makes sense for both parties? Like,
I don't think there was other, but I know there's a lot of people that came out initially and were like, this is what they got for James Harden. And I'm like,
I don't think people realize.
I kind of like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like,
I don't think people realize that trades are two sides. Like
Right.
someone has to agree to the trade on the other side as well. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I would love to get an all NBA player back for James Harden, who's giving up their all NBA / all-star player for James Harden. So like trades
Nobody.
are yeah, exactly. Trades are two sides. So it's not just oh, this is all they got. No, this was all that's out there. That's pretty much it, bro. This is the only team that was really in the James Harden sweepstakes, for the most part. Like I can't even think of off the top of my head, I don't know what other team makes any sort of sense for James Harden to go to. Any young team right now, no, you don't want to bring James Harden in. Even if you got like, it's just no point. The
Hmm.
rebuilding team, no. Like, why? Like, not the contending team. Which one besides the Clippers? There's just no team that really made sense. But
And
so
we
I
just spent the first like 10 minutes talking about if that fit with the Clippers is even that,
right,
it's not that smooth. It's not
and
like
that's
this
probably the
easy
best
plug
fit.
and play. Yeah.
So
So,
I just don't think there was no other like I don't think there's a better deal out there. Actually, like I said, I like what they got back considering, the off the court stuff, the whole drama behind it, him and his value, his injury history, his play kind of declining a little bit. With all things considered, I actually do like what they got back for him.
mhm. I think in the video that I put up on the channel, I think I said I gave it a B plus. Like you said, all things considered, he's openly going on an international press run talking about I want to go to the Clippers. I can't play for an organization that has Daryl Morey anymore. I'm never going to play for the Sixers again. Like all of that considered, to get back 4 quality assets, all of which are tradable, or if not, they're going to be expiring deals that you can just wipe your hands with at the end of the season and get. It's not the greatest draft capital back. It's like a 2026 pick. And then the Thunder were low key involved and threw in one of the Clippers picks that they were holding on to. So it's like, it's not like the most sought after first overall or first round picks, but you can turn these into something if you want to. Like I said, flip them with some of these older players to potentially get a different guy, or like I said, just hold on to them and keep them. And maybe you bank that something goes wrong this year with the Clippers, and all of a sudden they're in a rebuild and bow. You've got some of their first round picks in the next couple of years. So either option I think is okay. All things considered, I think this was a good return. And I think guys like Robert Covington or Marcus Morris could just come in and play quality minutes for them. Like I said, they do two things at an above average level, or at least at an average level, and can have the playoff experience to do it. Just spread the floor and shoot threes, and like are not going to get lost on defense. They'll give you something on the defensive side of the ball.
Mhm.
They're not the defenders that they used to be, but that doesn't mean that they can't play. I think all things considered, this was a solid return for them. And I think on the Clipper side, bro, you got James Harden, you got the talent, like you're really putting all your chips at the table. So I think it was a fairly even trade for how everybody's circumstances were set up.
Yeah, the Clippers though they gotta win this year or
Mm-hmm.
it's a problem, and it looks like they're like all in, not like resting our guys for later in the season. Like Kawhi is playing, he's playing
No, yeah.
minutes, he's playing back to backs. Paul
And
George
he
is
looked
playing,
good.
he does
They
look
both
good.
look good. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like as much as I don't like the Clippers and Lakers, Clippers, whatever, I want to see the best players in the NBA are healthy. Like I genuinely am curious as to like what a healthy Clippers team looks like. Besides them blowing the 3-1 lead the bubble. Besides that, what do they genuinely look like? So
Right.
I hope they do play because I want to see it work out. Especially with all because it is unfortunate with all the super teams in the past years. It just seems like a lot of it has been like what ifs. Like the
Mhm.
Brooklyn Nets never played. Like they never was able to
Yeah.
play at all. So you never fully know how it would have looked. So I do want to see one of these teams actually have a fair shake. Like even with the
Right.
Suns this year. Can Beal and Booker please play so we can
Yeah.
see how it would look?
Yeah. And we're gonna get into that when we get into this little chilling or concern section, because that's what happens when you put these teams together that way, man. One injury, and that is not the same team at all.
No, yeah, exactly. So we'll see.
We're gonna get into, and I'm talking briefly because it don't deserve a ton of time. This Wemby Bull. I'm gonna call it a debacle, bro. It's just y'all are showing that do not watch basketball like that, bro.
It's
But before
crazy.
we do, gonna shout out our sponsor real quick. We haven't done this in a little while. Again, we right in the thick of the NBA season now. In-season tournament play just started this past weekend, and I think it's going to be every single, was it Tuesday and Friday, for the rest of the month. So go out, go on SeatGeek, go to your local NBA team's in-season tournament game and use code Off the Glass for $20 off your first SeatGeek order. On that app, be sure to go through and look at the score for every single ticket. If you're looking at something in the orange, it's probably an okay deal, but you want to find something in the bright green, something 8 points, 9 points, or maybe a 10 rated seat, because you're getting the best bang for your buck and are getting an absolute steal of a deal for your tickets. And when you use code Off the Glass, all one word, you will get $20 off your first SeatGeek order. With that being said, for those of y'all that didn't see it, the Spurs played a game on TNT against the Suns, and after the game ended, and they won that game. I think they were down by like 20 something and came all the way back. Wemby had a putback dunk, and then they stole the ball from KD in the corner, and they hit another shot to take. I think they led for the last 1 second. That was the only time they led in the entire game. It was the last like 1.2 seconds. After the game, Shaq said that he had to call out Reggie Miller because Reggie Miller said he had never seen somebody like Victor Wembanyama before. And Shaq said he was lying because of Bol Bol.
Bro, what are we talking about, bro?
I have the timer set up right now. I'm not spending more than 3 to 4 minutes on this topic because it does not deserve that much time, because it's really egregious to say. And it shows that like you're taking the idea of what Bol Bol could be, and like you're trying, like that's not what he really is. Because the arguments that people have come out with and been like, oh, he needs time, he needs the opportunity. Wemby's coming in, he's gonna get all the opportunity, all the shots. Are we not gonna sit up here and act like Bol Bol didn't start 38 games last year in Orlando, played like 27 minutes a night? That's not opportunity, a whole season. He fell out of the rotation for a team that did not make the play-in tournament. And it's like, I really don't want to come off like, and I feel like that's the sad part about all of this, is like Bol Bol is about to catch so much crazy like strays and hate. And I just like, it's unfortunate. And I hope that he can one day really piece it together, because he does has the unicorn-like skill set to be a 7'2" guy who can handle a little bit, can space the floor, That is not what Wemby is right now today in his 5 games that he's played as a rookie. Bol Bol is a career 29% three-point shooter. Right now, I think Wemby is shooting like 31% from three. I think, Bol Bol's career high is 26. Wemby had 26 in the first 3 quarters in that second game against the Suns and finished with 38. They played the Suns back-to-back games. The Suns are shorthanded right now. People are injured. No Bradley Beal. No Devin Booker. Bol Bol got DMPs in both of the games against Wemby. Like, come on, bro. We're just being purposefully ignorant.
Facts.
And I don't know, some people might be doing it just out of, you want to be different. Everybody feels, one way about somebody. You got to have a different opinion. Whatever the case may be, they are not remotely close to the same player on the defensive side of the ball. At the pace that Wemby is on right now, he'll have more career blocks than Bol Bol by January.
Man, it's not even a debate, bro. It's just, this topic is so dumb and it's so hilarious, and it makes it worse that Shaq started it. Like, of all people, like,
him saying that really started a debate on Twitter, and people are really like coming out of the woodworks trying to agree with him, and they're going through. He never had opportunity. Bol Bol had a coach that supported him like Pop supports Wemby, we could be seeing this. No, bro.
That's such a, bro. That argument to me, like, bro, like, it doesn't. Do y'all think stuff is just handed to you? Like, do you think, like, bro? All right, look, let's just put it this way, right? If let's just say in this world, let's say Bol Bol is just as good as Wemby. They're the same player, the same exact player, like to the T, defense, offense, everything. Do you think like multiple coaches are just looking at that player on the bench and be like, nah, bro, we just don't like you. We're just not gonna play you. Even though you could impact this game as much as Wemby's doing right now. We're
Right.
just not gonna play you just because we don't like you. What do you think you think NBA just has something out for Bol Bol that like, now
Right.
he's actually a superstar. We just don't want to play him. He's just not that guy that y'all think he is, bro.
Thank you.
Like, what are we talking about? If he was that guy, he would get minutes. And it's not even saying like he would start, like he would get like he would be in the rotation, heavy key player. He doesn't even get like 0 minutes. DNP.
DNP did not play. Like
What do we talk? If he was half as good as Wemby is, he would get some sort of burn. He gets 0 burn. Like, what are we talking about, bro? And it's like, yeah, it sounds like unnecessary hate, but it's because he gets unnecessary love, unnecessary bro. People really think this guy's like a superstar, bro, just because he is tall. He has shows like a little bit of flashes, absolutely. At the end of the day, you have to put it all together, bro. Like,
right.
these little flashes here and there is not going to cut it. Like, what are we talking about? This guy is not blacklisted from the NBA. Like, he's not just, we're just going to not play him just because. He didn't earn the minutes.
All right. He had opportunities in Denver, but look, I'll side with that. He just wouldn't have fit the timeline with that roster right now. So that's a fair argument. If we just was talking about his time in Denver,
right?
They don't have time to like develop a guy like that.
Right.
Orlando got time. I promise you, they have time. That whole team is young.
And the spots, they got the roster spots, they got the minutes, they got everything, bro.
Right. Like, come on now. You think that a team that didn't make the play-in is just willingly going to give up a guy that y'all are trying to say is Wemby level talent? I'm looking at fans of like 7 different franchises who are still heartbroken that the lottery balls did not bounce their way to get Wemby. But you're telling me that the Orlando Magic willingly just didn't re-sign a player who's on that, supposedly in y'all's mind, is on the same level. The same player. We've seen it before. He's just the same guy.
It's a dumb argument, bro. It makes it like the argument literally is, yeah, bro, Wemby just didn't have a chance. Or not Wemby, Bol just doesn't have a chance. Like, they just don't like him. That's basically, to me, that's what it sounds like. Y'all are like, yeah, the NBA just doesn't like him for some reason.
If you're saying that, you're just telling me that you did not watch basketball like that last year, bro. Right. And what's crazy to me is like, it don't even have to be complicated, bro. If you don't even watch, you can look at the stats. Bro, he played in like 70 games last year. And it's not like little spot minutes here and there. He averaged like 25 plus minutes a game. There was a stint at the beginning of the year in Orlando. He started like 38 games last year. Like I said, the beginning part of the year, the shots were falling at a pretty good clip. He was decently efficient. It was looking like, oh, shoot, Bol might have started to put it together a little bit. The shot stopped falling. He's not really the defensive player that people try to make him out to be. He gets blown. He cannot be on the perimeter at all. He cannot switch on to anybody. He's not this elite rim protector, even though he's 7'2". So if you're not able to knock down shots because he's essentially just a stretch big, he's not an interior force on the offensive side of the ball. If that shot is not falling and you're a negative on the defensive side of the ball, coaches cannot play you. Like, it's just as simple as that. And like I said, the last thing I'll say about it is I really do hope that Bol can fully piece together the offense and get it to a point where it's consistent. And he can be a role player for a team, consistently someday and have a carved out role. That's just not right now. And to say that he just needs the opportunity to do what Wemby is doing, when Wemby almost just put up 40 in his 5th game, when he's averaging wild defensive numbers right now. Forget the stats. Look with your eyes, bro. We've never seen what he's doing, bro. I've never seen a player do some of this stuff. He's 7'4" and hit a jab step back 3 over Drew Eubanks. Smooth, fluid, looked like a guard, but he got an 8'9" wingspan, bro. Like, y'all are willfully just trying to be different, and it's stupid. It's a waste of time, bro.
Listen, man. I hope for one day I have people ride for me as hard as people ride for Bol, man.
Bro, you remember when we put out the video about that, and dudes are literally in the comments at our head like he's really about to beat us. He's about to be the X factor for Phoenix.
Bro, this guy literally said, "Bro, you're just trying to get clicks off a bowl." I said, "Bro, what?" I said, "Bro, we were trying to get clicks." I would say Stephen Curry stinks,
All
Bron is
right.
this. Like, I don't need clicks
I'll
for
talk about the GOAT
bowl.
debate. Why I'm talking
Like,
about Bobo if I
like,
want
what are we
clicks?
talking? Like, bro, what are we talking about? And like, it pains me the fact that like it's Shaq leading this is because it's like, bro, what are you talking about? Like you're too good of a player to not understand the difference between Wemby and Bol, bro. Just stop.
Right.
Unless you just have not watched Bol, which is fine. There's plenty of times where you clearly admitted that you didn't watch certain players. Like, come on, bro. We can't do this, bro. Nah, not you. We cannot do this. But
All right.
it,
Because
it needs to stop.
there's too many people that will just blindly take something like that and run with it. And
Yeah,
there's a lot
exactly.
of people that did. So, like I said, I'm looking at the clock. I was already like 7 minutes. So I'm cutting it off there because I'm not
Mhm.
giving this no more airtime than it needs to. Because I really just couldn't believe what I was seeing. Because, bro, he didn't play. He played against Wemby and he did not play 2 games back to back. We don't got to go no more than that, bro.
Facts.
Let's get into this game. Like I said, I'm calling it chilling or concern. I got a good list here of different teams or players who have gotten off to a rocky start to start this season. And I want to know what you're feeling on them. Are you concerned? Do you think that you might have to hit the panic button here, or do you think that they're chilling, they're gonna figure it out, and they're gonna be all right and get it fixed up here as we get later into the season? So with that, the first team I have for you here is the Miami Heat. Are you chilling or are you concerned?
I am concerned because I feel like they think that they're chilling, if that makes sense.
That's probably the perfect answer.
I'm concerned because they think that they're fine because they are the Miami Heat. They have Heat culture. They just went on a freaking Cinderella run last year. It seems like they do it every year where they can stink in the regular season and turn it on in the playoffs. They can coast. They can turn it on. They can be in the 8th seed and go to the finals. So that's why I'm concerned because they think that, yo, we ain't get Damian Lillard. We don't need Damian Lillard. We got Damian Lillard at home. We good. Like, we're fine. So that's why I'm concerned because they think that they're fine. When in reality, bro, they're not gonna do what they did last year. They are not gonna beat these teams in the East. I promise you that.
No. And Jimmy is co-sting right now. Like co-sting. I think he's averaging like 17 points a night right now in the 5 games that he's played. For what it's worth, Bam looks more aggressive on the offensive end. I feel like what he did in the postseason, really being able to maintain that defensive level of impact that we know he can bring, but also, uptick his offensive production. Feels like that's carried into this year. And he still looks like one of the most, if not the most versatile defensive player in the league. Again, we had the discussion. We don't know if he'll ever win Depoy, but he has all of the tools and skills and the tape to qualify himself for it.
Facts.
But like you said, I think I'm not even going to add a ton to it because I think you summed it up perfectly. I would be concerned
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think they're concerned. I think they're just going to figure it out.
Facts.
And bro, I know I said earlier that I thought they didn't get Dame, but this is the Heat. They done proved us wrong so many times before. Bro, the way that the Celtics look right now,
Bro, they're
don't
not
let
touching
that
them,
don't
bro.
let that matchup happen again.
They might get swept. They're not touching
4-0.
them. They're not
4
touching them, bro.
Heat culture cannot phase that team right now if this is how both of y'all teams are playing, bro.
There's a world out there where Tatum doesn't roll his ankle in Game 7, and who knows what even happens there. I'm just like I don't like doing the whole what if, like the blah blah blah. So I'm not gonna sit here and say they would have won. I'm just saying there's a world where he doesn't roll his ankle, and Game 7 is a good game. Let's just put it that way. So who knows?
Who knows? It's a fair point though. And
You
look,
never know.
if they got their get back this year, I don't think it would be pretty, but the Heat would have to get there first. And the way they playing right now, I don't know. I do not know.
Mm-hmm.
The next team I have for you here is one that we was just talking about earlier, the Phoenix Suns, who are now sitting at 3-4 after a win over the Pistons. where they were able to win that one pretty handily. I think KD dropped 40 plus, which also heard on a broadcast that he's given the Pistons a 40 piece the last 3 times he's played them. So he loved Detroit clearly.
I was about to say he love hooping over there.
But really the concern is about the injuries. D Book has played 2 games right this year.
Yeah.
Look good, look great in those 2 games, but he's dealing with a nagging injury. Bradley Beal still has not played, right? He hasn't suited up
Nope.
for the Suns yet, dealing with that back injury. And
He'll
that's
play once you see the Lakers on the schedule. He'll play.
but that's 2 of this big 3 that they went and put together this unstoppable offensive force. And again, they lost those back-to-back games against a very young Spurs team. And in that second game, Wemby was giving them hell, like absolutely nothing you can do to stop him. They have no answer. I don't know that anybody necessarily has an answer. We're so early on. He hasn't played a ton of teams yet, but the Suns definitely do not have the answer for him with his length and size that he was bringing inside on top of the fluidity that he was bringing handling the ball and on the perimeter. And it's coming down to, look, KD, can you save us? And he's not going to be able to with this roster without D-Book and Bradley Beal. So right now, with these injuries, are you concerned a little bit for the Phoenix Suns, or are you chilling?
No, I'm concerned. I'm just concerned because like I said, having to have KD carry the team this much is only going to put more wear and tear on his body. Only going to make it even tougher. Only going to put him at more of an injury risk as well. So it's like doing all that, and then you're already dealing with nagging injuries. Like we said it on this pod, and we said it in pretty much every pod we talk about the Suns. When you're this top heavy, those 3 guys cannot get hurt. Like they have to be there for them to have a chance. Like if you told me all 3 of them was going to be 100% healthy through the whole playoff run, yeah, they have a chance, of course. But we don't know that, and that's part of the reason why we're a little bit skeptical on the Suns is because you don't know if they're going to stay healthy. That's a lot of wear and tear, and that's a lot of just added pressure on all 3 of them. If they're coming into the season already hurt, yeah, it's definitely a cause for concern.
Yeah, I am holding off on putting any type of concern on it just because they got to get healthy. There's no way that they can't all 3 of them get together and stay healthy. But like I said, this is a reality that comes with putting your team together this way, and you got as good as your minimum role player guys that you got on the roster are. It's not going to be able to win you games when just one star is playing, even in the regular season. You see, this is a young Spurs team who is going to be scrappy because Wemby is different. But at the end of the day, that just goes to show you that it's not enough. If you want to be able to try to lock up one of these top seeds, you need all 3 of these guys to play a good chunk of the season together.
Yeah, I think, and that's the problem too. I think it's not just like, okay, if one of them's hurt, we're fine. I think all 3 of them have to be there because you spread yourself so thin as far as depth, and as far as the other pieces that like it was different last year. Like they barely had depth last year, but they still had Ayton, they had Campaign. I know Chris Paul barely played, but like they still had people. This year, it's like, bro, all 3 of them have to play, or they have their 2 guys and role players. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
all 3 of their guys have to play.
Yeah, I agree. They got to definitely get them some minutes together. And I don't necessarily want to say soon, but the sooner the better, at least.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to end up in no hole like the next team, which is the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, God.
Who started the season 0-6, and just last night put a W in the win column. The last winless team got it done. They did beat the Trailblazers. So not great comp, but hey,
right.
a win. Hey, they needed a win bad because 0-7 would have been crazy.
0-7 is wild.
But I have an interesting take on this one, but let me know what you think. Are you chilling or are you concerned with the Grizzlies having a 1-6 start?
chalked. That's why they're chalked, bro. They're
The
not
third
concerned.
seed. They
Yeah,
not chilling or concerned. It's
they're
chalk, bro.
they're chalked, bro. It's a wrap, bro. Just because like the fact that the West is so stacked, pretty much. The West is so excuse me, it's so much talent in the West, so many good teams. That's why I think they're chalked. Because you put yourself in this much of a hole, and then you still have 20 some, well, like what, 18, 19 games till Ja comes back. You're already off to a bad start. You're not looking great. Like, that's like, even if Ja comes back, bro, who knows what your record is going to be till then? Like we said, bro, Ja could be fine as long as you don't go like 5-20. You're looking like you might
They
go
might go.
5 and
They
20.
are actually on pace to go 5-20.
Exactly. So like that's why I say chalked, because bro, you start 5-20. I don't care if Jesus comes back, bro. You're done, bro. You're chalked. Like it's a wrap, bro. I'm so sorry.
This is what I'll say. It 100%. You like the season is looking like it's almost wraps.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't. If you can't flip this around in these games without Ja, you're just going to dig yourself too much of a hole. But it's like, what could you do? Like, what can you actually do about this? Like, it's
Like to
unfortunate.
change?
Yeah, like you can't. What are they gonna panic and make a trade? Like, what trade could they make?
Oh no, they're just that's why I said chalk. Like it's
Yeah,
there's not like there's nothing you can like change to do. Like
yeah,
it's just the Steven Adam injury didn't help. Like it's just
right.
unfortunate. Like the season's just chalk. Like I'm not saying like, yeah, make this big trade, make this big move. It's like, no, just tell Ja to stop posting guns on Instagram. Just get Stevens Adams. Nah, seriously, and get
Yes.
Steven Adams back next year, and y'all be
Mhm.
good. Obviously, don't just like give up the whole season. Like still play. You guys obviously
Yeah.
it's the beginning of the season. Lakers started 2-10 last year. You never know, but I know you're chalk, buddy.
Yeah, without Ja and without Steven Adams, and now Brandon Clark's been out with the Achilles. D Rose has hurt his knee. Xavier Tillman's been in and out of the lineup. John Conchar is now too. It's like it's thin, bro. It's thin. It's just unlucky. But yeah, they might just have to punt this season and like you said, chalk it up to Ja. You need to keep yourself under control, bro.
Nah,
Because
seriously though.
they cannot afford. You know what? I hope that this kills the narrative that they're better without John Morant.
I was
If
just about to say
anything good comes of
that.
this, stop that immediately, bro. Because y'all, some of y'all out there, y'all know who y'all really believe that this Grizzlies team was better without John Morant on the court because they went on a little win streak the year that he got hurt, and y'all looking at all his numbers when they, he don't play and the Grizzlies win, and then when he do play, come on now. Y'all are
Nah,
just
for real.
lying to yourselves, bro.
I think the team was definitely constructed a little bit better to withstand Ja being out these past couple years. Now
Mhm.
it's tough. Like you don't have Tyus Jones anymore. I believe Steven
Right.
Adams was still playing, and well, he definitely was playing at some point of the times where Ja was out, like
Yeah.
through injury. But they never were better without Ja. They just were able to sustain it a little bit better. But now you clearly see they're not even close without Ja.
Yeah. So let's stop that that narrative right now because
Facts.
it needs to go. The next one I got for you is a player who, albeit has definitely stepped it up in the last couple of games. The efficiency though still is not great, and that is Trey Young. Now Hawks are sitting at 4-2 currently, and started the season 0-2 and have picked up 4 solid wins, and have looked a little bit better as of late. But have had to come from behind a lot of these games. That Timberwolves game, it took I think DeJounte Murray had like a 24 or 25-point third quarter to erase like a 20-point deficit to come back and win that game. And I think they had to come back last night against the Pelicans as well. I caught some of that game. Yeah, they were down in the first half and had to have a 41-point third quarter to cut into that lead, and were able to take the lead there in the fourth. But Trae Young has struggled from the field to start this season. I think he is shooting below 30% from the three-point line currently. His true shooting numbers are not great right now. And then the ball movement is not what I was hoping it would be from Atlanta. Like I know I kind of came with the expectation that this is Quinn Snyder's first offseason. He's going to get the fit between Trae Young and DeJounte Wright. He's going to get Trae Young a little bit more comfortable playing off the ball. And we're going to see a more fluid Atlanta Hawks offense. That has not really been the case. There still are those moments in time where Trae Young is just off the ball and is just standing, looking, not a threat. There's not a ton of movement and stuff with the ball when he is, when he's not pounding the rock and dribbling and being the main focus of that offense. So I'm asking you, are you chilling or are you concerned on Trae Young, who I have guys shooting numbers pull up now? He's shooting 34% from the field, 28% from three. The floater hasn't been dropping for him either, which is usually his like bread and butter. And so I'm going to phrase it this way. Are you chilling or concerned that Trae Young is still the guy that the Hawks are going to want to build around?
Okay, that changes. That's a whole different question. But nah, I think I'm chilling. I think I'm chilling. I was just checking to see when we predicted where we would have the standings kind of play out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Where I did have the Hawks, I actually did have them in the playoff locks. And they're still 4-2. They're still
Mm-hmm.
fine. Like they're still in a decent spot. So I think I'm chilling just because I think Trae Young can get it turned around. I think he's too good of a player to stay in this bad of like a shooting slump. You know what I mean? Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
missing easy floaters, missing shots that he normally would make. So I think that at the end of the day, it could like go back to normal. Like he starts hitting some more shots, and I think he'll be fine. Like a slow start to the season to me for a player as talented as he is doesn't concern me as much as if it was like a slow start from a player we still have questions about, a player are still super. I know he's young, but super young that we haven't really seen those great highs like we've seen from Trae Young. So in that aspect, I think I'm still chilling. As far as the player to build around in Atlanta,
Because that to me, like, if the fit is not there with him playing off the ball, he can't make that transition to being like in that like 2018 Harden, that Luka Doncic, like I had to have the ball in my hand all the time or I am not effective.
mm-hmm,
If he can't just pull back from that a little bit, I'm not saying that he has to become a strictly off ball player, but
mm-hmm,
you have to be able to
mix
give
it
it
up.
up in those circumstances, especially when, like right now, let's be honest, like performance wise, you're not performing to the level that somebody like Luka is
Yeah.
to be even warranted doing that. So if you can't make that kind of adjustment, it starts to become a little problematic because like it's the reality of being a shooter like that. But if the shot not falling, and we already know what he is on the defensive side of the ball, it's tough to want to have that be your go-to guy.
I like the way you put that. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't switch your game up like that, then are you really the guy that is good for us to build around? Especially, like you said, especially if you're not playing to the level of a guy who is has the ball in his hands all the time and is playing very, very well. So, I mean, from that aspect, I kind of see both sides. Is it kind of early? Yeah. I mean, all these are early. Like all these obviously still early in the season. So I'm not full out concerned. I'll put it that way. I'm not just straight up like, yeah, no, we're out. Chalked. It's over. I'm not that way, but I'm not completely chilling. I'm like somewhere in the middle. I'll put it there.
Yeah, I think that's a fair spot. Like I'm not too pressed on the shooting because, like I said, shooters get in slumps.
Right.
So I think he can get out of that. My concern is really just solely with the play style. And if he just can't get more comfortable and just be more of a threat off the ball other than just I'm Trae Young, I'm going to stand here and you have to guard the three. Like
Mm-hmm.
we need you to be actively engaged, moving around the court. And I don't know if that's a coaching piece or not, but like we got to see that improvement or else this roster can only go so far because teams are going to be able to key in on that in the playoffs way more if they know that you're not really doing much if the ball isn't in your hands. And they're
It'd be
going to go at you on the defensive side of the ball anyway.
He'd be so much better of a weapon if he was able to be off the ball like that. It'd be like add a whole different element to like the offense. And like you said, it just make you more it'd make it a little bit better that you're like absolutely a terrible defender because you're just so much of a outstanding weapon offensively that it like counteracts it a little bit. So I see what you're saying. I'm more concerned with the play style, the way you said it, rather than the actual shooting itself.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of bright spots on this Hawks roster right now. The biggest one being Jalen Johnson, bigger than I think people were expecting him to. I think he jumped from like 5 points a game last year to almost 15. He's got the defensive impact. He plays fast with pace in transition, can rip the rebound and push it up the court. So he has taken on that gap that John Collins left and is really taken and utilized most of the opportunity. So there's definitely a lot to like in Atlanta. But yeah, I need to see more from Trae Young because I know we had that little moment during the offseason where I think when I put him fourth in point guards because I've seen it, I've watched it.
You were very high on him.
He just has got to get comfortable with this off the ball stuff. If not, bro, he's never gonna be able to live up to that
That's true.
because he doesn't. But it's hard to be that kind of player, especially at that height. Like
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
people who have really successfully done that have been significantly taller than him. And you look at guys like Luca or Harden or to an extent LeBron kind of at times being like that focal point ball handler, like everything starts and ends with the ball in their hands.
Yeah.
None of
It's
those are 6 foot guys because it's the guys that are around his height in the league that do it. Like Chris Paul is not that kind of point guard. You know what I mean? Like he's not the
yeah.
guy that's going to pound, 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 and everything goes through him. He facilitates the offense and gets people in the spots and moves the ball around.
Right. It's more traditional.
Right. Steph Curry is able to take over because of the off the ball aspect of his game. It's like
Right.
you've got to get that worked in if you really want to really get the respect back on your name because a lot of people are going to continue to disrespect it if this is what it looks like from him.
Yeah. No. 100%. I agree.
Um, the next guy I have here is it's not even the team. It's only the player because the Knicks are they're having a good solid start to the year. Um, they are 2-4, but they've been in some tight games. But we've got to talk about Julius Randle.
I knew
Like,
that was coming, but I didn't even know. I don't know what teams is next. I don't know the player. But as soon as I saw the topic, I knew he was up here.
he is currently averaging 13.7 points per game on 27% from the field, 22% from three. And it's not even just like, dang, he's in a shooting slump. It's the shots that he's taking are still the same. Sometimes you look at him like, who is greenlighting Julius Randle to take a fadeaway contested three with 12 seconds on the shot clock? And then he still has, and I might say it's worse than ever, the body language. There's a clip that's going around right now where I think he wanted the ball to get swung out to him. It didn't. Somebody missed the shot. He's looking at Brunson. The team is running it up the court. He's looking at Brunson upset, walks back down the court. It gets to his man that he should have been back and rotated for, and the guy just cuts and gets a dunk. Like, bro, you should get that stuff with timeout pulled out of the game immediately. Like, that's like crybaby level childish at this point. In the middle of a game, now granted, if you care about the in-season tournament or not, but that's the way first in-season tournament game. They ended up losing that game. Like, he's at a point right now where I don't know if they can keep him for much longer. This looks like they got to move off of him now because he's only going to continue to tank the value. I just don't think he fits this roster. I don't think his shot diet fits anymore. I don't know if Tom Thibodeau is going to be able to curve it enough to seamlessly fit, but it is bad right now. So, are you chilling or concerned for Julius Randle in New York right now?
Oh man, concerned isn't the word. Jesus Christ, I was concerned when he was making All NBA. Like just because, like you said, I never liked the shots that he takes, even when they fall. I never liked the shot selection. I never really was a fan of the play style. The whole like you said, he just takes shots that I'm like, bro, what do you, huh? Who is this? Is KD or is this Julius Randle? Like, what are we doing? But yes, I was always concerned in that aspect, and then obviously when it comes playoff time, all that stuff stops. Even if it falls in the regular season, even if you get away with the regular season, when they key in on you and you play the same team for a whole series and they get to lock in on you, that stuff is dead every time. So his only saving grace was the fact that I know he's all NBA in the regular season though. He at least plays well in the regular season. Maybe hopefully in the playoff time he'll pick it up a little bit. But if you're playing this bad in the regular season, and I know you're gonna suck in the playoffs,
Mhm.
like, bro, what are you bringing to the table, bro? And then like you said,
Right.
the added pouting, the added like him getting into it with the fans and the fans not liking him, and then the crybaby stuff like that, all that, bro. You gotta be listen, like it's like an NFL receiver, bro. Diggs can get away with that because he's like that when he's on the court, bro. If you're not playing well, bro, you can't do none of that extra crybaby, none of that stuff, bro. So yeah, concerned.
Yeah.
To put it that way, I'm concerned.
All right. And I'll never like I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you. Like I know what's going on in the locker room, what's being said in those huddles. Like I don't. But when you're making it this obvious and this public, like I don't need to know the explanation. I just watch you get upset that you didn't get the ball and can visibly watch a team run the entire fast break. Your whole team got back. You are casually walking down the court, and it gets to who you should have rotated to instantly off the miss and giving up free points. Y'all lost that. It's a close game. Y'all lost that game by 5. And let me give you the box score. Jalen Brunson, 17 for 30, 45 points. The next score, Quinn Grimes, 17 points, 6 of 11 from the field. Emmanuel quickly gave you 14 on 5 for 10 from the field. Mitchell Robinson didn't score, but he gave you 15 rebounds, 6 offensive boards. We know what we're going to get from him. Josh Hart, tough defense. Julius Randle, 16 points, 5 for 20 from the field. 1 for 9 from 3, bro. At some point, you got to stop shooting them. 1 for 9.
Ridiculous, bro.
It's the playoffs all over again. Brunson out here
Literally
fighting for his life against Milwaukee.
carrying.
45 points and y'all lose by 5. Like, you got to give something more, bro. I really think that he's not going to make it to – I don't know if he's going to make it to the end of the year. I don't know who's going to trade for him, but –
I was about to say, who wants that though? That's the problem.
it's at the point where if I'm the Knicks, you're hindering the roster by playing him, bro. You're hurting yourself by having him on the court. Because if he just was having a rough start to the year shooting, I would not be this critical of him, bro. But it's all the other stuff. It's the type of shots. It's the body language. It's the attitude. It's the ego. All of that combined, bro, it's got to go. It's got to go. Because this team is going in one direction and you are going in the complete opposite.
Nah, I feel you. So, yeah, I'm concerned. Definitely concerned just because, like I said, I was concerned when it was working. So, like that would right now when you're bringing nothing to the table and all that extra stuff on top, I'm good, bro. But like I said, I don't know how you move off him at this point. Like, I don't know.
I don't know either, but that ain't on us to figure out. That's on the GM.
That is true.
What?
You gotta figure something out because it looks bad right now, my boy.
Hey, he made the All-Star team last year. That still got to count for something.
You gotta wait till you have a couple of games. Sell high. You gotta do like fantasy. You gotta
You
sell
gotta
high.
sell high.
You gotta wait till you have a couple of games or something. He gotta string something together, bro. Because it's bad, but it's like bad, like horrible
No,
bad. Like it can't stay this bad. Even if he has a down year, it can't be this bad.
27.1% from the field is the worst field goal percentage through 6 games of the NBA season since 1959. Like he is on a historically bad start to the year.
it is just impossible for him to be that bad.
We
He's not that bad.
we have to be at rock bottom. We gotta bounce up at some point.
Right. It's only up from here, bro. Only
Uh,
up.
Speaking of rock bottom,
Oh
um,
God.
I'm gonna go to the next team, which is the Chicago Bulls, who have lost 4 of their last 5 to the Pistons, the Mavericks, the Nets, and the Nuggets. And in that Pistons game, Zach LaVine put up 51 points, and they still lost by 16. And this team looked exactly like we thought they would coming into this year. So I'm pretty sure I know your answer, but I'm still going to ask you, are you chilling or are you concerned about the Chicago Bulls?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I said it in the beginning. I'm not watching Bulls games, and I'm stuck to it because I know what they're going to be like. Bro, they're probably the one team in the league where it's like, even if they're bad, whether they're bad, they're good, rebuilding, contending. Like, bro, they have nothing new for me to watch. I know what they're gonna be. I know exactly what they're gonna be. They're gonna be frustrating, especially if you are a Bulls fan. 'Cause they're gonna suck, but they're gonna like content or like try to play like they're good. I don't know. I'm concerned. I just put it that way. I'm concerned for the Bulls because, like I said, they're exactly what we thought they was gonna be. They're middle of the pack to bad. Like not even like at least before it was like they might sneak in. They're just bad. They're just a bad team with no future. So I'm
Yes.
concerned.
I'm concerned, and not just concerned that they're bad. I'm concerned they've waited too long to blow it up.
Oh yeah, we've
And
been know that. Absolutely.
there's going to be more casualties from this than there needed to be. Like is Billy Donovan going to end up getting fired? Like, what did you want him to do with this roster? I don't like he can turn into a scapegoat. You're going to hang on to these guys too long. Like I said, DeMar DeRozan is a free agent at the end of this year. So it's like, if you don't trade him, does he come back to Chicago? If I was him, I wouldn't. Like, I would want to go to a contender for the last stint of my career. Does Zach LaVine want to stay? He already had, until they made the playoffs, was it 2 years ago? He had been the longest tenured player in the league to not make the playoffs. And it's like, I wouldn't want to stay with a franchise that's about to have to go through a rebuild like this. And again, it's unfortunate what happened to Lonzo. You can't control that. What you can control is the fact that we knew what the ceiling of this roster was without Lonzo. We saw it clear as day last year. Y'all went out and did not really make any added changes to this roster. And here y'all are losing by 16 to the Pistons, where Zach LaVine is giving you everything he's got. And it's not like, bro, it's not even enough to keep it close. At least Brunson put up 45 and they lose by 5. You drop a 50 ball and lose by 16.
It was never in doubt.
Granted, shout out Asar Thompson, like sidebar. Defense is crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They was letting Zach LaVine run wild, and then they put a Asar on him and made him work that whole fourth quarter. That's why he ain't put up that much in the last quarter of the game. But
He just need a shot, man. God damn.
both the Thompson twins. But
They
hey, I'm
shot bad. They just,
forget the jumper, bro. If he's looking like this on the defensive end this early,
yeah.
and the athleticism is always there, so like I'm cool with it.
The floor is solid.
Even if the shot don't come, like give me more Asar Thompson minutes.
I feel you.
Actually, we could just pivot this into a random sidebar because I don't got nothing else to say on the Bulls. Do you?
No, absolutely not.
Blow it up. Come on now. Can Monty Williams like? Can we switch the rotation in Detroit, please? Like, what's the deal here, bro?
You might miss some minutes.
Like, no disrespect to Killian Hayes, but why is he starting?
Like he's always on the court, bro. Like every time I I try to jump from game to game. Like I try to, catch pieces here, catch pieces there. Every time I look at the Pistons, he's on the court. I have them on the screen right now. Like they're at halftime. But like I had them on the screen from the beginning of the pod, and he's on the court all the time. Like, bro, what's up with this guy?
It's tough because it's like he's not bad. He just has deficiencies that when he is playing, what is it, 20? He's playing 30 minutes a game. When you have guys like Jay Nivey playing 20, Marcus Sasser playing 16, like I feel like what we're seeing from Killian is what we've always seen from Killian. Like he's limited as a shooter. He's not the greatest offensive player generally. He can be a good playmaker. He can get after on the defensive side of the ball. He can be a good connector, but like you're just not going to get good shooting out of him. That's not him. And it's okay. We've seen enough of it at that point. Like, bro, Marcus Sasser is coming out here and lighting the world on fire. He's shooting like 60% from three so far this year. Again, like we just said, Sar Thompson is out here going crazy as well on the defensive side of the ball. Jaden Ivey, like you got a lottery pick on the bench for him right now. Jaden Ivey was starting last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Monty, bro, just you feel me? Just shake it up a little bit. I'm not saying you got to bench Killian because I know it's people that are saying that he don't need to be in the rotation. I think y'all are taking it too far. I just think I don't need to see 30 minutes of Killian Hayes every night, bro.
You know, like the discourse on Killian, like the running joke on like Killian Hayes that like he's like the worst player of all time. Like, have you ever like seen that like on TikTok?
I have,
and
and they overblowing it, but like again, it's because if he didn't play 30 minutes a night, it wouldn't be like that. But it's because he's starting and because he gets so much run consistently from the Pistons, even though offensively it's been the same story since he's got to the league. It makes it look way worse than it is.
Bro, because they be casted. Like, if you never watched him play and you just went off of like Twitter and like social media, like everything, you would think that this guy is the literal worst person to ever touch a basketball. It's hilarious.
Bro, the jumper just it ain't coming, bro. It's not coming. He's a career 27% three-point shooter as a guard. Like
I was about to say, yeah, that's bad, bro. I'm sorry.
it's tough, bro. So Monty, you feel me? Shake up the minutes, bro. We want to see some more Marcus Sasser. We want to see some more Jaden Ivey. I'm not saying we don't ever want to see Killian. We just would like to see those two a little bit more.
I'm straight if we don't see him. I ain't gonna be here complaining if we don't see him.
The last guy I want to get to is going to be LaMelo Ball, who, picked it up in this last game against the Mavericks. He went on and had a 30-point triple-double, even though they did end up losing by 6 to the Mavericks. But LaMelo has had a rough start to the season. I think he's averaging 17 points, which might be a career low for him, or is kind of right around where he was his rookie season. And the efficiency is not the greatest right now. He's shooting 34% from the field and 32% from three on about 8 threes a game. So, are you concerned at all about the slow start to the year for LaMelo, even though Brandon Miller came out looking significantly better? So make sure that we are verbally giving him his flowers, because a lot of people aren't, because I feel like nobody was talking about it, but he did have a couple of very nice, solid games to start the year off. Mm-hmm. But are you chilling or are you concerned with how LaMelo has started out the year? Tough shooting and just overall having a rough go.
This one's a little tough for me because, if I'm being honest, I haven't got a chance to watch as much Hornets games as I really want to. Only thing I've been seeing is bits and pieces of Brandon Miller, which is great to see. Like, I've been seeing like he's been playing well. But just going off the fact that, like, obviously I've seen LaMelo Ball play before, so the fact that you're getting off to a slow start, it's kind of like what we said before. If you're a player where I've seen your highs, even if it's not your ceiling, I've seen your highs, and you get off to a slow start to the season, I'm not too concerned. I'm really not. Like, I'm not concerned if your shooting is bad to start the season. I'm not concerned if it's not your efficiency is not the greatest when I've seen it be good before. I'm not concerned, especially if you're still a young player. The team is still young. This team is moving, rebuilding. Yes, moving forward. So I'm not too concerned about LaMelo. I think he'll pick it up. I think him with the fit with Brandon Miller, I like it. Like we've said before, Brandon Miller needed an actual point guard to get him the ball.
Right.
So I'm not too worried about him or the Hornets.
Yeah, it's amazing how if you're a catch and shoot guy, you kind of like need somebody to pass you the ball to catch it to shoot.
Right, right.
But yeah, I'm chilling. I'm not concerned about it. Like I said, shooting slumps are gonna happen. That's a part of the NBA, especially if you're somebody who's shooting 8+ threes a game. Like sometimes they're not going to fall for you as consistently as you like it to.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm not concerned. Like I said, he did have a good bounce back, 30-point triple double against a good Mavericks team who's 5-1 right now. So yeah, I'm not concerned for him. Also, I don't know if you've seen this, bro. Jaylen Brown just bodied Gobert. Like,
Oh, I need to see it now since it's
hold
Gobert.
on, I wonder what it looks like if I put this on the camera right quick. If I could, let me see.
Nah, I gotta see it now. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Hold on.
Like, if I put it up here, can y'all see this? Like,
Oh my
mm,
God. Yes, you can see it clear.
bam!
Oh my
Oh my
God.
gosh, yo,
Nah,
yeah,
that's bad.
yeah, wow.
Jesus, and he fell. God, yeah, I could never be a shot blocker, bro. Cause it's like you gotta do that. Like you can't even really get mad at him for contesting it, cause like that's his job. But you're going to get banged on if you're a rim protector, bro. It's just bound to happen.
I was gonna get into this later if we had time, but I was thinking up of some questions that we could turn into shorts, and I'm gonna ask one of them now. Like, would you rather get postered or get like game winning three made in your face?
Game winning three. It's not even close. It's not because
But
like,
like
bro.
you could get postered and win, but like I'm talking like Damian Lillard step back,
I
like
mean,
wave you off the court.
I'm selfish, buddy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, bro, you're not postering me, bro. I don't care, bro. We could win the game by 30. I don't like, bro. I don't even know the outcome of that game that the Jaylen Brown and the Gobert. I don't care. Only thing I seen was that Gobert got destroyed, bro. So that if that's me, I'm straight, bro. I'm good. I'd rather be Paul George. That's a bad shot because that's what I would say. My bro, that's a bad shot. I'm straight. Not rather. What you gonna say to the dunk? It's a bad dunk. Nah, he just killed you, bro. He just destroyed you. Ain't nothing you can say. Nah, I'm selfish. I'm sorry. I'd rather get the game winning three over me 10 times out of 10. You ain't dunking on me like that. I'm good.
Yeah, see, you're not playing winning basketball.
I'm not.
I'm jumping 10 times out of 10. And look, if I get got, I get got.
See, you big. Nah,
You not
you better than me. I'm straight. I'm good.
I'm not letting you game me like that. Not for the win. Nah,
No,
I
bro,
can't.
I'm good, bro. If I play like, bro, legitimately, if I play good defense, he just cashed it. What do you? There's nothing you want me to
That
do.
Rudy Gobert just played good defense.
Nah. He got, but that's different though. He got killed. That's different. He got killed.
If
Like hand in
if
the
he would have
face. You.
caught it with his pinky, the other, oh my gosh, look at that stuff by Gobert. It's tough.
I'm straight, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not. That's too embarrassing though, because that highlights getting played over and over and over again. Like I get it. The game winning three, like Paul George. That's getting played, but he's not like, oh, I'm so embarrassed by that. Getting dunked on like that? You think, would you rather be Paul George in that scenario or Brandon Knight getting dunked on by DeAndre Jordan?
But see, but you all right, you picked the worst poster of all time. Like, yeah, I would rather be Paul George because bro. The Brandon Knight one is crazy. And it's funny because I was listening to DeAndre Jordan was on the Knuckleheads podcast talking about it. And he was really like, I mean, he realized what happened as soon as he landed, but he wasn't going to OD with the celebration until he looked at somebody on the bench. Somebody on the bench was making a stank face at him, so he made it back. And that's what everybody posts is him doing a like, bro. Yeah, nah. And
That
now
is
it's like
terrible.
Brandon Knight, that is his biggest career. Like, that's his most known moment.
That's it. That's what you're known for, bro. That and you getting your ankles broke and you missing a wide open layup for the win. Like that's what
It's
you're known
really
for.
sick because the 3 plays. If you told me to pick 3 plays from Brandon Knight career, the three that I would pick, him getting dunked on by DeAndre Jordan, him getting his ankles broken by Kyrie, and then him blowing the game winning layup.
Nothing good. Bro. He could have did so much for his career, bro. Those are the 3 plays you are remembered by, bro. That's
Yeah,
tough.
that's a bad break. That
OD.
is a bad break. Let's pivot to the NFL though. NFL was week 9, right?
Yeah.
Now I know I said last time we did this, I had been running errands, so I caught some of the red zone. Not this time. My butt was on the couch at 11:55, and it did not move until that Cowboys game ended. Pain, but it did. I can't say I was surprised. Yeah, look, we'll get into all that. I'll save it for the recap because it is what it is with that team, man. So
We'll get into it.
let me get the audio queued up.
Oh my God, Christian Wood. He's been hooping for us.
He has been, and AD been available. He's been
He's been
playing
here, man. He's been playing.
and looking
He's
good.
leader for the deep boy right now.
Is
I
he?
think I seen it on Twitter. It could be completely wrong. I don't know. Everything I see on Twitter is right.
All the awards is too early, especially when like defensive player of the year. Like it's
you never know.
Too early. It's way too early.
Not for Luka MVP though. It ain't too early.
Yeah,
for that.
Luka MVP is now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with that. Let me get this set up and turn the loop on. Y'all know the mic's gonna cut out. Give us a second.
Mm-hmm. Bear with us. Just enjoy the music till then.
Hold on.
I think we back.
Now it's back.
We back.
All right. Got the music up.
Oh my God, Austin Reeves put back down. I'm so sorry.
Yo.
Nah, he just hooped. I'm sorry. It's my team. I got a rep.
All right. We have got the Week 9 NFL Rapid Recap, and we're starting with your Steelers on Thursday Night Football. 20-16 win over the Titans. Spoiled Will Levis was trying to get himself a back-to-back wins to start his career, and y'all said no.
We're not doing that, baby. Steel curtain, locking that up. We're not doing none of that. But solid win. Our offense sucks, bro. I hate watching us play offense. I love watching us play defense, though.
I feel like Kenny Pickett low-key only showed up for the last drive.
Bro, Kenny Pickett's clutch, bro. Like he'll suck through the 3 quarters. 4th quarter come, Kenny's clutch. He'll hold it. He gonna get us the win though. Matter of fact, if we win a Super Bowl like that, I don't care. We can suck all offense all day. If he comes clutch in the 4th, that's all I need from you, big bro. That's all I need.
I think I saw C.J. Stroud might have the same amount of passing touchdowns as Kenny Pickett does, like the whole season. How many touchdowns does he have this year? Do you know off the top of your head?
Not a lot.
Kenny Pickett
for 2 in the game
this year has thrown 6 touchdowns. CJ Stroud threw for 5. We're gonna get to that game. Next one, we got the early game in Germany. Chiefs 21, Dolphins 14. The Chiefs did not score an offensive touchdown in the second half of this game and still hung on, even though the Dolphins had multiple chances to tie this one up. They could not get it done. Tua low-key folded down the stretch. And the Dolphins still looking for a marquee win against a good team.
Yeah, that's my 2 takeaways. One, the Dolphins cannot beat good teams for some reason. They're just some bullies. They just beat up on the bad ones, lose to the good ones. But the second takeaway is that the Chiefs' defense is legit, for real. Like, not like top 10.
The strip and lateral and return, like, y'all are feeling yourselves. Bro.
Yeah, that was clean. Like, they might be like top 4, like top 5 defense in the league for sure. So those are my 2 takeaways. I'm never worried about the offense, even though, the Chiefs offense struggle. But like, honestly, if your defense is playing that good to where Patrick Mahomes could be a game manager, yeah, I've been fine in my book.
Yeah, that's crazy. If you make Patrick Mahomes a game manager, I don't know, bro. Do you think the Chiefs need more weapons?
I do. I think they need. I think they need someone to legitimately get separation and take the top off. Because like Justin Watson being your speed guy and being your, take the top off the defense guy. To me, that's not gonna cut it. Like we've seen it even in this game with Ramsey and Xavier Howard. A lot of receivers were not getting separation.
No,
like
and
that
they
was
were
the main
triple. Bro, that last 4th down, they literally put 3 bodies on Travis Kelce and said, "Go anywhere else with the football. Try it."
And you could literally, especially when your corners are that good, you could legitimately do that and be like, we'll just put 3. We can put 3 of anybody on you and have our best corners just lock down your receivers. Where are you going to go with the football? So they need a legit receiver, somebody that can get some separation. That's pretty much it.
I do have slight concern creeping in for the Chiefs offense right now because this is not going to cut it with a better, more experienced team coming in. Because even as good as their defense played, Tua missed a wide open touchdown that would have tied this game up on the last drive.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The Chiefs got to figure that one out. I'll tell you who did figure it out though. Mm-hmm. Josh Dobbs. That man had the playbook for all of maybe 48 hours and led the Vikings to a 31-28 comeback win over the Atlanta Falcons. All I'm gonna say is, bro, not that I ever want nobody to lose their job, but losing to a quarterback that just got the playbook 2-3 days ago, that can't be all right, bro. That cannot be acceptable.
I mean, it'd probably help if you decided to use the picks, your top picks that you drafted. It probably, I don't know. I'm not a football coach. I don't know football as well as a lot of these guys, but just off, my somewhat knowledge, I think it might make sense to use your top draft picks, and not John Smith.
Nah, I'm gonna double down. Neither of us are NFL head coaches. What do I do know though? Every other NFL head coach like to use their guys.
Right.
Why you the one odd man out that don't want to play your first round running back that looks like a generationally athletic freak, or the generational athletic freak tight end you got? You got multiple options, bro,
and made them both backups. like how do you make the highest drafted tight end ever a backup tight end? Because John Smith, don't get me wrong, he's actually a good player. Like, that's the worst part about it. Like, he's actually solid. But there's no way he should be getting burned.
He's not Kyle Pitts.
He's just not, bro. He's not. And it's like, bro, you're giving end around. Like, they're drawing up plays for John Smith like he's the future guy.
They gave him a tunnel screen and he took it to the crib.
Like, bro, they're drawing up plays for this guy. It's like first and goal on the goal line. They ran a tight end around to John Smith, and Bijan Robinson is not on the field.
You cannot tell me that. You cannot tell me that just wouldn't be better if it was Kyle Pitts. I'm not hearing otherwise.
Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, they have John Smith throwing the ball sometimes on end around, like, bro. And it's funny because I just remembered John Smith played on the Titans while Arthur Smith was the offensive coordinator of the Titans. Mm-hmm. So they got something going on that we just don't know. He just, bro, John Smith is his guy. Yeah, that's his guy, bro. Because come on, man. But honestly, though, Arthur Smith, it's not even a fantasy thing, because he always like to be like, well, the fantasy guys. This is just real life football, bro. Just use your guys. Right. And you wouldn't lose to a quarterback that just got there. So
shout out Josh Dobbs, though. That's crazy. To go out there, you're just the emergency guy, and very early in have to come in the game and to play the way that he did. They said that Kevin O'Connell was in the headset trying to explain what's going to happen in the play call to him. And I know he's an astronaut. He works with NASA. He's literally a rocket scientist. Mm-hmm. He figured it out on the fly and got the job done. Shout out to him. Prayers up to Cam Akers, who did tear his other Achilles in this game. Like, that is incredibly unfortunate. Prayers that he can make a swift recovery and continue to play. I just realized I don't even have the score in for this game, but it don't matter because the Cardinals didn't score in this game. Browns 27, Cardinals 0. They started the rookie in this one and just really were able to get nothing on offense. But Kyler Murray's coming back, and Call of Duty coming out this week. Two forces. Some got to get.
Yeah, man. But this game was Browns scrapped. He just scraped them. Shout out to the Browns defense. Fantasy, hold me down. That's all. That's the only takeaway. That's it.
You think Kyler going to be good first week back, or is going to be rusty?
He's going to be rusty. He's going to show some flashes, though. I don't think the rushing is going to be there. Obviously, coming back from an ACL tear, but he's an incredible arm talent. So I think he'll be fine. And they got some weapons over there. It's not like he's playing with a bunch of bums. I know they're 1-7 or something. I don't know what the record is, but they got some weapons. Hollywood Brown solid. I like Michael Wilson actually. Trey McBride's been kind of hooping. I think they got some solid weapons, and I think James Conner coming back too. So they might sneak a win.
They getting the whole gang back together there in Arizona. Maybe they riding the bus, whatever.
To be fair though, they be hooping for him though. He's corny, but they be playing hard for him. I give him that.
Gotta respect it. Next game we got Packers 20, Rams 3. Brett Rypien just could not find it at any point in this game. I think he finished 13 for 28 with 130 yards and a pick. He had a 24 QBR. Just literally no offense for the Rams in this one, even though there's multiple times where Cooper and Puka separated and he just could not get them the ball.
Yeah, he's just not the guy, bro. That's all it is. Because the Packers wasn't even that great.
No.
The Rams was just they didn't.
This was an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, this game was terrible, bro. So that's the whole takeaway. They need Matthew Stafford back.
Next one, Commanders 20, Patriots 17. Sam Howell had a couple of dimes in this one, including like a 40-yard dime drop to Jahan Dotson in the end zone, and they pick off Mac Jones to wrap this one up. And the Commanders keep it in a relatively close spot to be competitive for a wild card seed.
Yeah, Commanders, my takeaway, bro, you get Sam Howell offensive line, bro. He's a good quarterback, bro. Like, he's solid. Like, he just is running for his life all the time. And the Patriots, y'all have no offensive talent outside of Ramondre, bro. Like, it's just sick. Like,
hey, bro, and if you take away that one run, because it was like a 60-yard touchdown run, 64 yards, he would have had 8 carries for 23 yards.
Like, you got saved by the long run. It's sick, bro. Like, they have no. I forgot where I seen this, but somebody was like, bro, if you disbanded the Patriots offense and just like say, yo, anybody in the league could claim them, and that no one would pick them up off waivers. I'm like, damn, and it's kind of true though. Besides, somebody can pick up Ramondre.
That's it. Though.
That's it.
Maybe Zeke. Like
somebody might be. Cowboys might be like, yeah, we need a goal line back. Like, they might bring him back, but other than that, bro, nobody's getting picked up.
Next one we got Saints 24, Bears 17. You know how I feel about this Saints offense, man. I was low-key, but not low-key, rooting for Tyson to go ahead and make the comeback victory. Could not get it done, but he had a solid game. He looks like a young, inexperienced rookie, but he tried. He kept it close, and he had opportunities to tie this game up and just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, he actually played decent. Well, actually, no. He actually played. This is the game he threw. I think he threw like 3 picks.
He did threw 3. He threw 3 picks. Had 2 touchdowns too, both to Komet, who Komet was hooping.
That's what I'll say. Considering he's playing the Saints defense, and considering he is a rookie and kind of early, he didn't. I've seen worse. I'll put it that way. I've seen worse. But yeah, the Saints defense is always going to be good. It's just, can the offense look solid and like. At times, like Taysom Hill did Taysom Hill things, which is pretty much a little bit of everything.
Right.
Still struggling to get Olave involved. I know he scored a touchdown this week, but still, I don't think Michael Thomas did anything. Now I think about it in this game. So I don't know. Saints are the Saints. This is the NFC South. I don't fucking know.
Right. Going from an offense that is up and down to one that is absolutely on fire. Ravens 37, Seahawks 3. I had Geno and Kenneth Walker, and they combined for 5 fantasy points. So not only is Lamar Jackson, this Ravens offense rolling, this defense is playing lights out against one of the better NFC teams, for better or worse. And they embarrassed Seattle yesterday.
Bro, they stomped the Lions and just stomped the Seahawks. 2 teams that are legit, like, good teams in the NFC that people are like, yo, watch out for these 2 teams. And the Ravens stomped both of them easily, blew them out. The Ravens are a legit team and like need to be taken serious as like Super Bowl contending teams.
If I had to put money on it right now, that would be my team coming out of the AFC. I think that well.
I was about to say, are they like the best team in the AFC right now?
To me, right now, today, yes. Okay. Like the Chiefs have their issues on offense. The Dolphins have not come to play in any of the big games, and the offense sputters out in those games. Buffalo is up and down. The only real team right now is Cincinnati that's coming up and creeping and looking.
That's what I was about to say, because they look like the old Cincinnati. And if the old Cincinnati started the whole regular season, we would say, like, yeah, they're one of the best teams in the AFC. So,
and that's what we were expecting out of this division, that it was going to be a battle between Baltimore and Cincinnati to figure out who was going to come out of the AFC North.
Bro, I mean, everyone... right now, all 4 teams would be in the playoffs,
which is crazy.
And they all have winning records. I think they're all 5-3, or the Ravens are 6-2, something like that. Like the Bengals are still last place. They're just 5-3 and would make the playoffs. So man, and then here we go to Steelers. We just there. I don't know. We like that meme with the dragons and that one goofy looking one, and we just there. I don't know how.
Y'all just find a way every single time.
Hey man, Mike T.
Mike Tomlin.
This was a fun one.
Hey, this is the game of the day to me.
Yeah.
Texans 39, Buccaneers 37. CJ Stroud sets an NFL rookie record with 470-yard passing and 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He now has thrown 18, right? 14 touchdowns on the year, only thrown 1 interception. Offensive rookie of the year is like, wrap that one up. That's done. Am I tweaking for saying like we might need to elevate him to the MVP conversation with these stats right now, bro?
Honestly, though, if you really think like I've never actually thought about it, but if you really look at the stats, 14 touchdowns and 1 pick,
2,270 yards passing, 14 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Switch, like if he wasn't a rookie, he'd be in the MVP conversation. If he wasn't a rookie, but
if I like took all the quarterback stats and I swapped out CJ Stroud picture for Pat Mahomes, he'd be the runaway favorite.
It would be no question.
It
wouldn't even be a debate. And you know why I think actually he legitimately might have a chance is because who's the MVP right now? Like if you truly think about it, who is like the MVP? Jalen Hurts, maybe? Like even
I
Lamar.
would say Lamar, but that's me being a little biased because that was my pick coming into the season. I want to see that through.
But even then, I mean, it would strictly be off wins though, because his stats aren't like besides that one game, his stats have not been that great. Like a lot of running backs have been stealing the touchdowns, so like his stats aren't like blowing you out the water. So like, there's a legit chance. You know, his numbers are good enough. They're winning some games. Like I'm rooting for him. I love CJ Stroud. Like he's a legit. Like he's an elite quarterback, bro. Like the throws he makes, the poise, the accuracy, the under pressure, like, bro, everything.
What pressure? He looked like he don't feel pressure.
That's what exactly, bro. It's like, he's legit, bro. He's a top 10 quarterback right now. Yeah, like
to get the ball with 41 seconds and 2 timeouts and have your head coach blow the first 2 timeouts on the first 2 plays and just be like, all right, and go down the field in 3 plays and score a touchdown, bro. He's a special talent.
No, he's elite, man. He's elite.
As good as he's playing is about as bad as Bryce Young is playing. Colts 27, Panthers 13. Look, it's tough. I'm never going to get too hard on a rookie quarterback, especially in a situation like Bryce Young. But the 3 picks are bad. All 3 of them were awful. 2 of them went to, what was it, Kenny Moore?
Pick 6.
Kenny Moore has the second most passing touchdowns from Bryce Young this year, only behind Adam Thielen.
That's crazy. Wait, what? Wait, what?
Adam Thielen has 3 receiving touchdowns this year from Bryce Young. Kenny Moore has 2 pick sixes off of Bryce Young and would be the second most touchdowns off of Bryce Young throws this year.
That's a wild stat, bro. What?
Offense is terrible. And it's not. Look, the pressure is bad. He got sacked 4 times in this one, but he's rattled. The decision making is bad. Both the pick sixes were bad. The last pick in the game was bad. Like, there's not a lot of good things to take away from this one.
Bro, that's insane. Yeah, Bryce Young, he just looks like a rookie. Like, that's the thing, though. It just hurts the fact that CJ Stroud is playing so well. And then on the opposite end, the number 1 overall pick is playing so bad. But we do have to remember, bro, he is a rookie. Rookies look bad in their first year. That normally, like CJ Stroud is not normal. Let's stop comparing. He's just not normal, bro. He's just different. Bryce Young just looks like a rookie. Does not, like people are saying, like, oh, you should write him off. He's too small. He's a bust. No. It's way too early for that. Way too early. You still gotta give him time. I'm not right.
You gotta give him time, and you gotta put better teammates around him.
Yeah, actually, he got to get some actual weapons, bro. Because, like, CJ Stroud's hooping, but, like, Nico Collins is a legit receiver. Tank Dell is nice. Bro, he's throwing to, like, 34-year-old Adam Thielen, bro. Right. Come on, bro. What do we do?
Nobody is getting separation in that receiver room.
None, bro. We have no running game. Offensive line is, like, not as good as it was supposed to be. Come on, man. You gotta give him some time. You got to give him some years, bro.
Definitely. Antonio Pierce comes in his first game as interim head coach, and they beat up on the Giants. Raiders 30, Giants 6. Unfortunately, Daniel Jones does tear his ACL in this one. He's going to miss the rest of the year for what has already been a tumultuous season for the G-men out there in New York. I really don't know where they go from here. This is like the hardest fall coming off of a Coach of the Year season for Brian Daboll to be in this position, down to your backup quarterback with no hope in sight for this roster.
Yeah, they got to tank, bro. Tank for Caleb. I don't care if you just paid Daniel Jones, bro. Tank.
No, like, you have to.
You're going to tank, bro. Tank, bro. That's where the rest of the season lies. And yeah, I mean, for the Raiders though, they put up the most points they had of all season. I don't think before this they was over their like point total, like before like the game, like their projected total.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I don't know what it is about getting these interim head coaches in, but like they get fired up. Like teams get super fired up once they fire the head coach. I guess that says a lot about Josh McDaniel because everyone was so happy when he was gone, bro. They were lighting cigars after the game as if they won the Super Bowl. Like, I just beat the Giants. But honestly, I give it to you. Yeah, I get. Listen, it's fine. I completely understand, bro. Y'all have been in hell, so I understand.
Speaking of hell, Eagles 28, Cowboys 23. My misery never ends. But no, look, for real, I was not expecting the Cowboys to win this game because, that 49ers game told me everything I need to know about this Cowboys team until they proved me otherwise. I was a much better performance than I was expecting. I really do have some issues with some of these calls that the refs made. I'm never going to be one to just blame it all on the refs, but there was some real questionable PI calls, some questionable holds that were called, some that were missed. At the end of the day, we did have multiple opportunities to go ahead and take the lead in this game and came up literal inches short. So if anything, that goes to show you that talent-wise, we can hang. We've always known that. It's just been about actually getting the result. And this has been the Eagles' MO this whole season. They have everybody hang around and are always in a tight game, but somehow, some way, they find the win. And they find it here again against this tough Cowboys team.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Eagles, they just pull through, bro. Like, they have yet to have that. I mean, who they lose to again? The Commanders?
The Jets.
The Jets. That was the one. Okay, that was the one bad loss. Other than that, man, they just find a way. They just pull through every time. And the Cowboys, yeah, it's
like the total opposite. It's like we always find a way to not get it done.
Yeah. And it's like they have moments where, like, even if in good games where they're like moving the ball, offense looks good, they still have those weird moments. Like, bro, 4th and whatever, you're throwing a Tolbert against Bradbury. Well, you got Ferguson streak. I don't know if have you seen the play?
Oh, I'm watching it live.
But you seen the replay with Ferguson's wide open. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know why he's throwing the Tolbert there. I don't know why that's dialed up, but yeah, I don't know. To me, like I said, if I'm a Cowboys fan right here, I'm not like distraught. Like, I'm not like, oh damn, we can't compete because y'all were in the game. It's not like it'd be different if y'all got blown out. Then it's like, bro, we got blown out by the Niners and the Eagles. Like, we just can't compete. But it was a close game. It was a good one. Just came down to it's a game of inches.
Yep. And look, until the Cowboys get it done, this is gonna be who the team is. You can't be mad that people make the jokes or mad that people feel this type of way about you, because every time you get into these games against another good team, this is the result.
I think I'll win the next one, though. Honestly, they're supposed to win this one. Y'all supposed to split normally. They're at home. Y'all probably gonna win the next one.
I would hope, but I can't make no promises, bro.
Oh yeah, nothing's given, but I wouldn't be surprised if y'all come out winning the next one.
Yeah. Last one, Sunday Night Football. Bengals continue their hot streak and win 24-18 against the Bills. And Josh Allen comes out and throws, what he had, 3 picks in this game, right? Or no, just one pick.
No, he got one.
And Don Kincaid had the fumble. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. And the turnovers ended up being really costly for the Bills in this one. And the Bills now sit at 5-4, and again continue to have this up and down, back and forth season.
Yeah, man. I mean, if we're talking about the Bills first, I think they're on the outside looking in right now if the season ended today, which is tough considering I'm pretty sure they play the Eagles still, and they play the Chiefs still. They pretty sure they have some divisional games. Like they still have a tough schedule moving forward, so they're gonna have to string together some wins. They're gonna have to be more consistent. Like these turnovers cannot keep happening, bro, because y'all losing games off of these turnovers alone. But as far as the Bengals, bro, they look great. Like they look like the old Bengals. Look like honestly, there's an argument to be made. They're the best team in the AFC. Obviously not record wise, but like we know with context, like they're one of the best teams in the AFC. So they look good moving forward. Joe Burrow's back. This is going to be interesting to see how this shapes up moving forward.
Yeah, and that is going to do it for our NFL Week 9 rapid recap. A little bit longer than other ones, wasn't as rapid, but again, where else are you going to get the full NFL season? Full week of the NFL bundled up into a nice little 15, 20-minute segment, then the Off the Glass podcast. I also just got a notification that Anthony Davis just got hurt, which is
do not remind me, bro. I just I seen it and I was like, I mean, he's on the side. I think it's like was it like soreness or something, like back spasms,
groin spasm.
I'm looking at him.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him standing on the bench. So I was like, he'll be.
He's just a little tight. Yo, all right, but yeah. I got the notification as we were going through that, and I was like, dang, I literally just was talking about how he's been available the whole year. So
he just checked into the game. Oh yeah, he back.
Okay, yeah,
we good.
Yeah, it's a new AD. He
toughed it out. To be fair though, AD's always been tough though. Like I always knew AD was tough ever since the playoff series against the Suns, where he clearly could not go. And like he just tried to thug it out, and like he couldn't go, bro. So like AD be trying to tough it out, but people try to act like he's just soft. He's a little fragile. That's what it is. It's not the heart.
Fragile.
It's not the heart. Like he try. It's just the body be feeling him.
The body pulled him.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right. I got a couple of would you rathers here before we wrap it up. We could turn into little TikToks for those that enjoy the short form content. We already did the first one earlier, so you kind of see where I'm going with these. It's going to be sport-related, unfortunate scenarios, but you got to pick one. So, would you rather get mossed for the game-winning touchdown or get pancaked on the tush push to lose the game?
Pancake on the tush push. That's not even a question, because pancake on the tush push is unstoppable, bro. So it's like, can you really fault me that like I'm getting killed over here? Like you can't fault me for that. It's like a bunch of people, like it's too much force. I can't do nothing with that. But Moss, that's on me. He's just better than me, bro. He just got the better of me.
This is what I'm gonna say. If you've never really been in the trenches and like had somebody like you trying your absolute hardest and somebody really just like no and like put you on your cheeks, I don't know if there's many more demoralizing feelings, bro. Like you got manhandled, actually.
I mean, to be fair though, if it's like, bro, if I'm getting mossed, that means I'm there with him. We're up there. He just little boy, like and don't let him like say you too small after. Don't let him celebrate. Like that's a bad feeling, bro. It's never happened to me. But I'm just saying that it seemed like a bad feeling. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. Nah, I think I would probably have to say Moss too. But look, don't underplay getting pancaked to lose a game, and you got to also think your coach is getting on you in film. If you get Moss, like you can kind of chalk that to just like he just made a play. You getting pancaked, bro. Here's what
I say. If you getting pancaked, you getting killed by like your team and your coaches. The casual fan watching the game, though, they don't know. They don't really know. The casual fan will see you get mossed. Like they know, like, damn, he just got a little boy. Like they'll know.
You got a point. Okay. All right. Would you rather fumble the ball on the goal line to lose your team the game or throw a game-losing interception?
Oh man, that's tough.
Yeah, these is tough.
That's a tough one. I'd rather throw the pick because you can always chalk it up to like your quarterback's hard. Like, I made the wrong read, my fault, bad though. Like fumble was like, bro, that's Pop Warner. Tuck the ball on the goal line. Come on, bro. That's Pop Warner stuff, bro. You can't do that. So I think I'd rather throw the pick.
I'm not gonna lie, I would rather fumble. The
Really?
pick is. I mean, like, it's tough because they are both so individual. Like you
Yeah.
can't throw no one else really under the bus for it. But the pick is just like that hurts, bro. And then you gotta. I mean, it's tough because your whole team would be mad at you either way. Because if
Yeah, bro.
if you were a running back, especially if you're on a goal line and you cough it up, like, bro,
Come
you
on, bro.
right there,
You
like
can hold on to the ball. But I say, like, it's so much easier to just hold on to the ball rather than make the right read, make the right throw. Like, that is it's way easier to tell somebody, bro, just hold on to the ball rather than, bro, just don't throw a pick. Like, you don't know how hard quarterback is. Is it like a bad pick, like a underthrown the out route, like he took it to the crib? Like, is it like a bad one? Like bad read or like
it could be as bad as you wanted. Like I'm
is a
talking, you
Zach
could.
Wilson?
Oh,
It's like a bro. Is it all right? Is it like a bro?
it could
What would you
no, it
even
could be
throw?
like a Russell Wilson on the goal line. Hey,
Oh, I rather throw the
that's
pick, bro.
really like when you think about it, it's not a terrible pass. It really was the situation more than
Yeah.
anything. Like,
I don't know, man. I think I'd rather throw the pick. I mean, I think I'd rather throw the pick, bro. Fumbling is like, bro, you can't just hold on to the ball, bro. Come on, just like we at the goal line, we right there. I don't know.
okay.
I think I'd rather throw the pick.
Would you rather go 17-0 and lose the Super Bowl on a last second field goal or have to go 0-17 and not win a single game the whole year?
Man, that's hard, bro. The heartbreak of going 17-0 and losing is like, damn. But like, bro, we couldn't win one. we
This
couldn't get one.
this the thing. The 0-17 season, like really going a full year and not losing, by like week 8, everybody's checked out, bro.
That is
You've
true.
already like you can't even the coaches can't even be like, if we start stringing them together, like no, no, we've already missed the playoffs. Like our season is done.
I think I'd rather go 0-17, bro, because the heartbreak of winning every single game and losing last second, I couldn't take that, bro. It would break my heart. Like, yeah, like you said, we would talk the season. Like, yeah, we talk about the all season. We talk about so much other stuff, bro. I wouldn't even come and feel like work, bro. We just come and just shoot the shit all day. That's all we do at practice. We already know we suck. So I'd rather go 0-17. I'm gonna be honest.
I got a good one for you now. Would you rather get your ankles broken by Rudy Gobert
Oh my
or get
god,
rim stuffed on a dunk by Trey Young?
bro. Bro, if I get my ankles broken by Rudy Gobert, you would never see me again. I would never show my face ever and ever. Like, I'd rather get stuck by Trey Young because I'd be like, all right, he just got up. I don't know what to tell you. Rudy Gobert, ankle breaker, stop it, bro. I think I could guard Rudy right now. If he just on the perimeter like dribbling, I think I could guard Rudy as so he break my ankles.
Bro,
Done. I'm never showing my face again.
you get your ankles broken by Rudy Gobert. I need the ref to stop the game, untie them shoes, bro. For me, just take them off, leave them on the court, and just
Yeah.
walk.
It's,
You're done. That
it's
is the
not for
end of
you.
your career.
It's not for you, bro. This sport right here, bro, it's not for you. Oh, pick
Give
up
it
a
up.
computer, bro. Pick up a computer. This is
Get
not
in the workforce, bro. This
right.
is not for
Please,
you.
bro.
These athletics.
Apply for jobs now, bro. This basketball stuff, it's not for you, gang.
Yeah, that's tough.
Those some unfortunate
Oh,
events. God damn.
yeah. Those gonna bang. I feel like those gonna go crazy on TikTok.
I think so.
Oh, but
Yeah,
yeah.
why we down by 10 to the Heat? What we doing?
You feel me? They not concerned, bro.
They not. They chilling. That's what it is. They chilling.
They
Every time I
not
look over, Tyler
concerned.
Hero hitting a three. So they might be chilling.
The Wizards gave up 120 points in 3 quarters just now.
Jesus Christ. To who? Who they playing?
The 76ers.
Oh,
That team is like, they're going to be like, I think generationally bad. Like one of the worst teams we've probably ever seen take the court.
because they. Oh my God, that's crazy. They're and it's like they don't even care. Jordan Poole is your lead like star. That tells you a lot because he'd be out there doing whatever he want.
Yo, why are people scoring like crazy? This now I got to tap into the games. The Pacers got 136 with 8 minutes left in the fourth, bro.
I had them on as we was recording. I was just glancing over. I'm like, hold on, they got 80 points right now. I'm like, hold on,
Yo,
they got a lot of points.
Halliburton been tweaking, bro.
Till you get clamped by LaMelo. That's why we not concerned.
He did get locked up.
He got clamped. Oh, might cut out. Technical difficulties.
We back.
Oh my God.
Is we not back?
It's not through the mic.
Oh no.
Technical difficulties, man. Off the glass podcast. So
Are we back?
Right
Is it good?
Yeah, we back.
Okay. The USB cord definitely just slipped out. But no, I was about to say it's crazy how highlight coach will really be like, yeah, LaMelo clamped up Halliburton. And it's like somebody will not see another clip of LaMelo doing something for like the next month, and that'll live in their mind. Like, bro, LaMelo really stepping it up on the defensive side of the ball this year.
LaMelo is a legit two-way elite point guard. Like, what are we talking about?
It's crazy. Like, social media gives too much access to stuff like that. Like, you can really get away with seeing little clips and highlights and think you got the full story for stuff. And people can package anything. The last thing I want to say before we get out of here, bro, have you seen these wild like TikTok edits people been doing of NBA highlights?
Those are hilarious.
Bro,
it's so funny with the funniest songs up there.
Yo, I saw a Jason Williams white chocolate mixtape to Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake. Bro, and it was hard.
Bro,
like,
they always be clean, bro. Like the freaking Kyrie one with the birthday sex. Bro, they always
wait,
clean.
I did not see that one.
I'll send it to you because I just seen it on Twitter, bro. I'll send it to you, bro. They be so clean.
That's crazy. I'm gonna pull this one up because this one, where is it at? It was somebody put a Dirk highlight tape over West Side Gun.
I seen it.
Bro,
I'll spell you comment under it.
Why was this so raw?
But I'm telling you, they always be clean. Like it never like be like out of pocket. They always be like fire edits.
It's funny too because some people are really taking it to the extreme and putting an edit together of a player that, like, why am I seeing a Bill Laimbeer highlight package? Like, the wildest one I've seen is somebody did a Lamar Odom one, and they had the intro. Stephen A. Smith was like, "Who was on crack?" And he just like started showing Lamar Odom warming up. Yeah, y'all are out of pocket for making those, bro.
Yeah, I'll find the Kyrie one eventually, bro. That joke is too funny. That was the Kyrie one was the first one I seen. They got it all started.
Bet. Oh, let me pull up. Yeah, let me go lock into this Knicks Clippers game. See what James Harden been doing.
Oh yeah.
Smooth. 7 points, 2 assists. It's a close game, though. Julius Randle, 25% from 3. He just don't got it, bro.
Damn.
That is going to do it for today's episode of the Off the Glass podcast. As always, if you watch it and you like what you're seeing, bro, make sure you subscribe. I've been looking at the analytics, bro. Like 75% of y'all that be watching this are not subscribed. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. We upload in probably 4 or 5 times a week. So definitely hit the notification bell. Go to the socials that you see there at the bottom of the screen at Off the Glass Pod on Instagram and at Off the Glass Podcast on TikTok. Like I said, we try and hit 500 followers on the IG before the end of the year. So y'all got to go ahead and follow the page and help us hit that goal. If you're on the audio platforms, be sure to drop a 5-star rating and pre-download the show for us. It helps us out a ton and pushes us out into the algorithm more so we can get more people following the pod. As always, I'm Billy, that's Dame, and we out. Peace.
Yes, sir.